Sources say oligarchs funded to paint swastikas in Ukraine. Apparently, Putin is paying people to paint swastikas in Ukraine. And like one of the best ones I saw, it's like, have you not seen Ukraine? Let me just show you this video of one of their police officers. Let me just share this video. It is by Short Progress on Twitter. It says, how did those sneaky Russians paint the swastika on the deputy director of Kiev police, Artem Bonov's neck? It doesn't matter what he says. Most of you can't understand it. You see this? So now let me go back to the article. In the months before Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine, an oligarch with allegedly Russian ties allegedly paid for locals to paint swastikas around Kharkiv. Sources say means I just made it up. In an effort, according to the sources, was part of a false flag operation to exaggerate Ukraine's Nazi presence at that time. Yeah. You don't need to exaggerate their Nazi presence because, I mean, you got, like, there's like literally, they can't go 5 seconds without accidentally interviewing a Nazi. So, okay, yeah. They literally cannot go more than 5 seconds. Okay, let's see. Do you see this? Okay. You see that? Okay. Okay. You don't have to hear it. Let me just show you. Yeah, it's like you don't need to play up Ukraine's Nazi, it's just not needed. Oh, Lord. Okay, let's continue. The alleged plot, according to multiple sources, involved Pavel Fuchs. I don't know if this is a real name. Does this person exist? It can't exist. Okay, just make sure. A real estate banking and I swear to God, this sounds like Pavel Fuchs. I don't know. Who this was co-opted by the Russian how do you get co-opted? To participate through intermediaries. Fox allegedly offered between $500 and $1,500 for street-level criminals to vandalize the city with pro-Nazi graffiti in December. Are they listening to themselves? The account of Fox. Okay, this feels like it's fake. Effort to stir up animosity in Ukraine is derived from multiple sources, including U.S. intelligence reporting. Rolling Stone spoke to an Ukrainian who said he confronted Fox twice on the alleged swastika plot. Another account of the plot was relayed to the U.S. government in recent weeks by a U.S. informant with high-level business government contacts in Ukraine. A U.S. official who spoke on the condition of anonymity because he was not authorized to discuss the matter about the number of swastikas in Kharkov. Come on, like, this is not something you need to classify, because people can drive around Kharkov and take pictures of all the swastikas, and also it's ridiculous. Confirmed that the allegations about Fox activities have been received and distributed for analysis throughout the U.S. intelligence community. Rillington spoke to 4 other sources who, on the condition of anonymity, confirmed they heard about Fox's alleged role in a plot to paint swastikas independently from another. Oleg Plush, a former Ukrainian kickboxer who said he's a friend of Fox, spoke to him about the swastika plot, says the Rolling Stone. He learned about the scheme from an intermediate. It's not that hard to find people. You can find, like, I could just go on any, like, Ukrainian messaging board and go like, hey, let's have a swastika painting contest. Who wants to go paint some swastikas over there? And just make up a street in any town except for, like, in the East. And it's not that hard. Jesus Christ. Have you, who writes this article? Fox did not return emails sent to his business and personal accounts, because it's his lawyer did not return emails and phone calls seeking a comment, because that's really stupid. Yes. Fox is Jewish and a major contributor to a Holocaust memorial in Kiev, and there's no reason to believe he would pay for swastikas out of anti-Semitism. Instead, if confirmed, the plot suggests that there was at least one attempt by the Russian security state to manufacture evidence to exaggerate the sway of Nazism in Ukraine. I am mind blown by this article. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Okay. He claims, Plush tells Rolling Stones he's aware of 3 instances of graffiti that Fox allegedly paid for. He claims that the alleged campaign extended to Kiev, where a local Jewish... Oh my God. Oh my, this is vile. Swastika napadstupach v glavnaya synagogia. So this is like how they're laundering this. I bet you this was probably a real hate crime, because Ukraine is filled with Nazis, but whatever. Plush said low-level street thugs who were hired to paint symbols, 2 of them who he personally knows, were offered $1,000 and $1,500 each, and according to sources, put them on at $500. Plush provided a copy of his passport and offered to testify under oath if needed to his alleged encounter with Fox. I have no fear. I'm not afraid of anyone, he tells Rolling Stone, speaking through a translator in a phone interview. Who is this translator? I don't trust. Rolling Stones was unable to independently verify any specific incidences of vandalism connected to Fox's alleged scheme. Anti-Semitic graffiti is not uncommon in Ukraine. Oh my God, this is like mind-blowingly stupid. This is like completely mind-blowingly stupid. Okay. Today, it is difficult to surprise anyone with extremist graffiti in Kharkov. A local publication, Vagorodia, wrote in 2011. A swastika here, a swastika there. Here calls to kill some foreigner. Indeed, neo-Nazis and far-right extremists have a long-standing presence in Ukraine. A party of Ukrainian nationalists, just a party, sided with the Nazis in the World War II. The leader of the movement has been lionized throughout Ukraine, including a birthday celebration held by a paramilitary group in Kharkiv in the weeks before the invasion. Maybe that was what caused the swastikas. Nazi ideologies permeate the notorious Azov Battalion, which was founded by far-right nationalists. None of this leads... Wait, there's a logical... None of this leads credence to Putin's claim that Ukraine was under Nazi rule. No, he didn't... I mean, their National Guard... The Azov Battalion is incorporated into their National Guard. They openly celebrate stuff on Bandera Day. And the president has been unable to disarm the Nazis, which kind of proves that indeed Ukraine has a Nazi problem. So this is like, come on. Sides with the country with a sizable far-right problem of its own. That is entirely false and unverified because when, in the end, in St. Petersburg, every single year they celebrate Победа Day or Victory Day. And it's illegal to be a Nazi, and displaying a swastika in Russia sends you straight to jail. So this is a total lie. The only far-right problem I see is like Navalny's party and then that's created by the National Endowment for Democracy. So this is like completely a lie. Was sincerely motivated by anti-Nazi sentiment when he launched the invasion on February 24th. Well, his brother did die in the siege of Leningrad. So maybe he was. Every year when they commemorate the siege of Leningrad, you can see it still hurts Putin. Volodymyr Zelensky's president of the Ukraine is Jewish and lost relatives in the Holocaust, and Ukraine has criminalized anti-Semitism last year. Apparently not very well if people are still painting swastikas on synagogues. Instead, Putin's... Notice how they never mentioned that Putin's brother died in the siege of Leningrad too. So, and yeah, I'm sure Zelensky lost a lot of relatives in World War II because there was the OUN was horrible. But notice how they're doing this thing where they're not telling you all the information. Like if you say Putin's brother also died in the siege of Leningrad and was a victim of Nazis, well, of course, none of us know what's on Putin's mind. We know what he said, and he's not wrong about Ukraine being filled with Nazis. He's just not wrong about it. And drug addicts. And I wonder if he's referring to Zelensky when he says drug addicts. And yeah, desecrating Jewish sites and using Nazi symbols is a subversive tactic employed by Russia, often referred to as, that sounds like a lot. Soviet spies had synagogues and that sounds like yeah, that sounds weird. Okay. We did it everywhere, says Kalugin. Putin's call to denazify Ukraine is a modern-day example of Russia's active measures used to show the other side much worse than it really is. Oh, really? Is that really true? Okay. Let's see. Actually, in fact, it's the opposite. The other side is being portrayed as, is not being portrayed as bad. Yeah, is actually they're underplaying how bad they are.
И теробороне наши дали 20 автоматов и 40 патронов. Это то, с чем наши ребята воевали.
40 патронов на все автоматы?
Да. У нас в теробороне было 150 ребят. Было. Осталось десяток. Всё.
Выжило десяток.
Да.
Все попалили, мы разбомбили всю квартиру. Там вообще кошмар. Не пускают, заломились, а там и коктейли Молотова колотят. И я хотела вещи зайти взять. Нет, нам там делать нечего. Все остались. Чё? Это можно так сделать.
А кто это сделал? Коктейли Молотов? Нацпаты?
Ну, украинцы ж.
Yeah, they are totally underplaying how bad they are. Is there any Russian channel in English for news? I don't know. Other than Sputnik News, Intel Slava, Z, Mango Press. Good question. I don't know. Fucks. Okay. Alleged involvement in Kharkov operations adds another chapter to the controversial business tycoon's powerful friends. Okay. Okay. Whoa, this is a really long article. Okay. But again, this is just like stupid. I don't know. You do it. I mean, I feel like you don't need to, when you have Artem Benov as the police chief, there is no reason to get people to, you don't have to lie when the truth is sufficient. There's no reason. Like, you just have to be like, hey, look at the neck tattoo of Hitler. Oh my, and I've seen a Ukrainian soldier with like a neck tattoo. No. It was an arm tattoo of Hitler. And it's like, yeah, you don't really need to lie when you can just show the truth. It's just a waste of time to lie. Lying is only needed when you can't just go and just show the neck tattoos. But this is one of the most ridiculous lies I've ever. I mean, even they admit that the anti-Semitism problem is big. So I don't even know what and why would, and the fact that this guy is like, I love how they have to highlight that this guy is Jewish. And so he's not motivated by anti-Semitism, but a way to play up the anti-Semitism, which kind of goes back to the Judeo-Bolshevik trope. Anyways, send me, I will try to live stream more often if I get more people listening, and I can even like schedule it ahead of time or whatever. So if you have other really, really stupid lies that you see, including admissions of lies, do send it to me and I will live stream. And have a great rest of the day. Смерти фашизму, свобода народу.